Hello students, this is second video of chapter 1, and in this we will discuss C part of same chapter, measurement of time and simple pendulum. So first topic is measurement of time. For that we need simple pendulum concept. So here I am explaining you the terms related to the simple pendulum. This is the rigid sport, and where we are suspending one of the simple pendulum. This is the effective length, and here is the bob. So from center of gravity of the bob till the point of suspension, this is called effective length. If we'll disturb this bob from the mean position, definitely it will acquire extreme position and will have tendency to come back towards mean, and then from mean towards another extreme. So distance of extreme to mean is called amplitude, and this distance is also called amplitude. Both will be equal. So period of oscillation or time period, this is the time taken to complete one oscillation, and it is denoted with the capital T. Then oscillation, one complete to and fro motion of the bob from extreme to another extreme and then back to the same extreme position, that is called one oscillation. And even the compound pendulum definition also important, so learn this. Pendulum used in clock is not a simple pendulum, that is the compound pendulum. So body which is capable of oscillating about the horizontal axis, right? So that is about the compound pendulum. Third is frequency of oscillation. What is frequency? Number of oscillations made in 1 second. SI unit of frequency is hertz. Relationship between time period and frequency. Frequency is reciprocal of the time period and vice versa. T is equal to 1 by F. Amplitude, I told you the distance from extreme to mean, that is the amplitude. Effective length from center of gravity till point of suspension. So measurement of time period of simple pendulum, for that you have to learn one formula. So in this formula, T is directly proportional to root L. Root L is effective length and time period is inversely proportional to root G. G is the gravity. So combine these two equations, you will get T is directly proportional to root L upon G. So T is equal to 2 pi root L upon G. If you replace this directly proportional sign with equal to, you have to introduce one constant of proportionality, and the value for that is 2 pi. Okay. So this is the final formula which you have to learn. Here I am writing the star for this. T is equal to 2 pi root L upon G. Right. T is equal to 2 pi root L upon G. Now squaring both sides. When you will square both sides, you will get T square 4 pi square L upon G. This square root will cancel with the square. So rearrange this L by T square to this side and you will get G upon 4 pi square. And if you solve this particular L upon T square factor, as you know gravity value is 9.8 and divided by 4 pi square, you will get 0.25 meter per second square. And this will remain same, 25 centimeter per second square. Now try to see this concept, how it is coming. Any number of this value you can take for the length of the pendulum. Here I am taking 25 centimeter. Time for 20 oscillations is 20 seconds, and time period if for one oscillation, then this time you have to divide with 20, you will get 1 second. So L by T square for that will be 25. Suppose I am taking 64 centimeter length. For that, time period of 20 oscillation will change, and even time period will also change. It will become 1.6, and again if you will try to get L upon T square, that will be 25. So I told you already that this value will remain constant. So see here, 25, 25, 25 is remaining same. Throughout it is a constant value. Okay. Then there is a graphical point if graph will plot for t square divided by L, t square versus L, so straight line you will get for these values, and when you will try to get the slope, slope is equal to perpendicular upon base. So what is perpendicular over here in this equation, in this triangle PQR? Perpendicular is PR, and that we can get by simply subtracting t1 square minus t2 square. So here I am taking, and QR is the base, so L1 minus L2, here I am taking. Slope is equal to this value, and G is equal to 4 pi square divided by slope of t square versus L graph. So how it is coming, just try to understand from this concept again. Fourth equation we will use G, I will separate out to the left side, and to the right side we will left with this expression, that is 4 pi square L upon t square. Just rearrange. G you can take to the left side, and rest of the factor you can bring to the right side. So small g is equal to 4 pi square L upon t square. As you know, this particular part I can write in this way, because after taking reciprocal it will become the same thing. So there is hardly any change. So 4 pi square divided by t square by L. Now this t square by L was what? That was the slope, as we have done here. See, t square, this is nothing else, t square by L. So slope of t square versus L graph. And for earth, if we'll again substitute the values, so you are going to get the value of the G equal to 9.8 meter per second square. Okay. So as you know that t is equal to 2 pi root L upon G, from this formula you can get the idea on how many factors the time period is going to depend. First part, time period of the oscillation is directly proportional to the square root of its effective length. I told you capital T is directly proportional to root L. If effective length will increase, time period will also increase. If L will decrease, time period will also decrease. Second one, the time period of the oscillation is inversely proportional to the square root of acceleration due to gravity. If G decreases, time period increase. If G increases, time period will decrease. Third one, the time period of the oscillation does not depend on the mass or material of the body. As it is clear from this formula, there is not any this term related to mass. So it is independent of mass, and even it is independent of amplitude also. See, in fourth part, the time period of the oscillation does not depend on the extent of the swing on either side, that is what? Amplitude. Sixth one, this is the expression for the time period. I told you this you have to learn. And seconds pendulum is the particular pendulum in which time period is equal to 2 seconds, and almost its effective length is equal to 1 meter. In numericals, I am going to start with the second one. Time period is given, that is 2 seconds, and frequency is 1 by t. 1 by 2 seconds, if you will solve, you will get 0.5 second inverse. This is the value of frequency. And name of such pendulum whose time period is 2 seconds, the name is seconds pendulum. Okay. Come to the third one. In this seconds pendulum already given, so from that we can write t is equal to 2 seconds. And this you know very well, t is equal to 2 pi root L upon G. Now new time period if gravity is changed with G dash. So G dash is given G by 4. So T dash is equal to 2 pi root L upon G dash. Substitute this G dash in second equation. So put 3 into T dash is equal to 2 pi root L upon G by 4. This 4 will come up in the numerator when you will reciprocate. So T dash is equal to 2 into 2 pi root L upon G, because root 4 is 2, that I am taking out. So T dash is equal to twice of T. This is equal to time period. So time period increases, or you can say it is doubled. T dash is equal to twice of T. The value of T is 2 seconds I am taking here. So t dash is equal to 2 into 2, that is 4 seconds. Then sixth numerical, number of oscillations in 5 seconds, it is given 2. So we can get number of oscillations in 1 second, that is 2 by 5, and it is frequency value. But they are asking us to find the time period. As you know, time period is equal to reciprocal of frequency. Use this 1 by 2 by 5. Take reciprocal of this, you will get 5 by 2, and if you solve, the answer is 2.5 seconds. Length you have to find. Gravity is 9.8 meter per second square. Time period is equal to 2 pi root L upon G. Squaring both sides. T square is equal to 4 pi square L upon G. L is equal to GT square upon 4 pi square. So L is equal to GT square upon 4 pi square. Substitute the value of G, T and 4 pi square. G is 9.8. Time period is 2.5. Take square of this. 4 into 3.14 whole square. This is the value of pi. Now after solving, you will get L is equal to 1.55 meter. Then one more tough numerical is there. Seventh one. Time period ratio is given. T1 by T2 is equal to 2 by 1. As you know, T1 is equal to 2 pi root L1 by G. If you will take square of this, you will get T1 square, 4 pi square. This root will get cancelled with the squaring this L1 by G. Similarly, we can get for T2 also. T2 square, 4 pi square. In place of L1, L2 will come, G as it is. Now divide 1 by 2. T1 square divided by T2 square to the left side. 4 pi square will cancel. G will also get cancelled. And to the right side, you will get L1 by L2. Now T1 by T2 whole square I can write for this is equal to L1 by L2. As you know, T1 by T2 is 2 by 1. So that I am substituting here. Take square of this. So right side L1 by L2 will be equal to 4 by 1 by taking square of this. Okay. So rest of the numericals you can do practice, and by applying the concept you will get mastery on the concept. So this is the end of the video of C part. With this, your first chapter is over. Kindly see the videos again and again and practice and learn from the book the concept. Okay. Thank you very much.